Well, Overboard, starring Anna Faris and Eugenio Derbez. If I'm saying that right, Derbez. Eugenio Derbez. You know, How to Be a Latin Lover, Coco. You know, he was great. This film is not. This is a remake of the 1987 classic film with Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell, where they're a couple in real life. But in this film, they were not a couple. Goldie Hawn was the rich Harris, and she was treating Kurt Russell, who was the contract worker, real bad, and she falls off the boat, gets amnesia. He tricks her into believing that he was her husband and she was his wife, and he tortures her by making her take care of his 3 sons that he got at home, and tricks his buddy and people in the town into believing that she is his wife. And of course, her family thinks she's dead at sea, and then they find out, you know, she's not. Which is the same exact plot for this film, except for it's a new day and time where everything's about the woman, so they won't have a woman going through that no more. So they make the man go through it. So Eugenio Derbez plays the eccentric multi-millionaire to a company that sells building products from Mexico City, and Anna Faris is the evil maid that he can't stand, and her kids, and he falls off the boat, gets amnesia, and her friend tricks her into tricking him into being the husband. Now, there's a lot of Spanish used in this film, as in a lot of Eugenio Derbez's films, and that's why I say this is going to do good in the Spanish markets, I believe, but that has nothing to do with the performance in the film. Eva Longoria is in this movie as well. She plays the best friend that convinces her to go ahead and do this, and her husband actually gives him a job and puts him in construction. Then all of a sudden they fall in love as she sees he's starting to do these things, and she loves him now, and I don't know. This project just didn't work. It had some moments where it worked, and it just, you don't really believe the romance between the two. You don't see the connection of them starting to have affection for each other. It just goes from, oh, he picked up the kids, he's nice, he cooked, and I didn't have to tell him, I like him now. You know, it wasn't subtle. If you look at the 87 version, the way it's done, you can see how she was subtly starting to be at ease, because she was a bit of a pain, you know, going through this process. And Kurt Russell was just unbearable. Then you starting to see how he's starting to care a little bit more about her, and then he was faced with a real dilemma. Here, it really didn't seem like a connection, even when she wasn't acting like a person that was in love, or how a person in love would act. You didn't really believe the relationship. So if you can't sell the relationship, then, you know, hey, that's it's kind of hard. When the kids, you know, they sell the emotion a lot better than anybody else. You know, it's enough said. I mean, there's some funny parts in the movie, you know. A lot of silly comedy, but overall, you won't remember this. It's a 2-star film out of 4. And that's basically it for Overboard. You can watch it. It's a one and done film, but nothing special here. I'm out.